If you turn a glass upside down, a few things can happen depending on what's inside and the environment. 1. If the glass is empty, nothing much happens. It's just upside down. 2. If the glass has water or liquid, the liquid will spill out. 3. If the glass is covering something, like a bug or a candle, flipping it could release or expose what's inside. 4. If you place the upside-down glass on a surface, it can trap air inside, or if it's wet, it might form a seal. You didn't finish your question, though. What were you going to say after what happened to the? If you put ketchup into water, here's what usually happens. 1. Ketchup sinks. Because it's thicker and denser than water, it tends to sink to the bottom. 2. It doesn't mix easily. Ketchup is made of water, vinegar, and tomato paste, so it might slowly break apart, but it won't dissolve like sugar or salt. 3. It forms clumps. Especially if you don't stir, ketchup will stay in blobs or streaks. 4. If you stir it, it turns the water reddish and cloudy, but still not completely mixed unless you stir really well. Did you want to try something with it, like a science experiment? If you put an ice cube into extra hot water, here's what will likely happen. 1. The ice cube will melt quickly. The heat from the water will cause the ice to melt faster than usual. 2. Rapid temperature change. The sudden temperature difference might cause the ice to break apart or crack, especially if the water is very hot. Steam. If the water is hot enough, the rapid melting of the ice can cause steam to form, especially as the temperature of the water drops from the ice. 4. Water temperature will drop. The water's temperature will decrease as it absorbs the cold from the ice. It's pretty cool to see the melting happen quickly. Would you be testing that for something specific? If you cough and then try to eat cold ice cream, here's what might happen. 1. Cold sensitivity. Eating something cold like ice cream right after coughing can make your throat feel even more sensitive, especially if it's already irritated from the cough. 2. Sharp sensation. The cold temperature can sometimes make your throat feel sharper or cause a brief discomfort if you're already coughing or dealing with a sore throat. 3. Possible coughing trigger. If you cough due to irritation, eating something cold might trigger another coughing fit for some people. It's usually better to wait a bit for the cough to settle before eating cold foods to avoid making your throat feel worse. Are you trying to soothe a cough or just craving ice cream? If you put bread into something for just 1 second, here's what might happen depending on what you're putting it into. 1. In water. The bread might not absorb much water in just 1 second, but it could get slightly damp on the surface. 2. In a toaster or under heat. A quick 1-second exposure wouldn't do much. The bread wouldn't toast or warm up significantly. 3. In the fridge or freezer. 1 second wouldn't change the bread much, as it takes longer for cold temperatures to affect bread. Do you have a specific scenario in mind for putting bread somewhere for 1 second? If you put lava onto bread for just 1 second, here's what could happen. 1. Instant burning. Lava is extremely hot, about 700 to 200 degrees Celsius, or 1300 to 200 degrees Celsius, so even 1 second would likely burn the bread instantly. 2. Charred bread. The surface of the bread would be charred and possibly blackened, while the inside would likely be scorched or completely burned. 3. Possibly melted bread. Depending on how much lava touches the bread, it could start to melt or disintegrate due to the intense heat. It's a very extreme scenario, so the bread wouldn't survive that heat for long. Did you have a reason in mind for